I'm sure you clicked on this video today because you are trying to find a strategy that's going to allow you to become successful trading the future markets, correct? Whether that's the NASDAQ, the ES, the Dow, maybe gold, oil, whatever it is that you are looking or wanting to trade, you come across a very good video here. I've got lots of quality content on this channel alone here on YouTube that will serve you well, but you're going to have to spend some time going back and watching them. And I would recommend starting from right now where you're at now and going backwards, not starting from the beginning of where the channel was created, because the video content now from here going back is probably more relevant. It's more up to date in a sense, and I believe some of the best video content that I've created is over the last probably 2.5, 3 years, or some of the newer videos going back maybe a year, okay, out. But let me say this before I get started. Okay, first and foremost, if you're hearing any background noise, guys, of course, it's outside my home or within the community that you be hearing noise. So the people doing some work and things like that, construction. But anyways, I my first 2 years struggled with trading because I didn't grasp the concept of market structure. And I've said that in many videos. You need to master that. Why? Because you need to figure out which way the market is moving. Is it moving up, down, sideways? Because of course you don't want to be trading in a ranging market, right? Now, I like to trade supply and demand zones. Like 98, 99% of the time, I'm just waiting patiently for a zone to be touched or reached, whether it's a high probability supply or a high probability demand zone, okay? And there is a difference between low probability and high probability. Now, I've talked about that here on videos on the channel. It all comes down to that imbalance or gap resting back at the zone. So if you're not quite sure what I'm talking about, please spend some time watching the video content, okay? Now, the strategy that I pretty much talk about in so many videos is just using multi-chart confluence. Look, you need to have some confirmation, and if you really want to be able to make it in this business, all right? You don't want to be blindsided and just be looking for every little pullback that the market makes to whatever zone, whether it's a supply or demand zone. You don't want to be trading each and every one. You need to be trading in the overall direction of the market. If we're constantly making higher highs and higher lows, and the market is breaking structure to the upside, you should only be looking for pullbacks to key high probability demand zones, okay? And inverse of if the market is moving in the opposite direction. For all those that struggle with, basically trading in a range where the market is in between like a major high and a major low, then just wait for the market to show its hand to either it's going to break that area of where there's a previous high, which is a major high, or to the downside where there's a previous low at, okay? Breaking structure. Now, the last few days we've been selling off to the downside, okay? Making lower lows and lower highs. So with that said, what direction should you be trading, okay? I'll give you 3 seconds. All right. Hopefully you said just looking to go short, right, off of key areas of supply. That's all it entails when it comes to the strategy in which I actually trade. Now, of course, there's some other things that come into play. What I always do is start with my higher base chart, my 120 range chart. Always, okay? Because I wanted to pick the overall direction. And most times, pretty much almost all times, I'm marking up my first zone off of my higher base chart, all right? Now, I like to use the 120 range. I don't trade time-based, guys, or ticker volume, so please don't ask me the reason why. And if there's a 5-minute chart, what is it comparable to on a range base? There are not. Okay, there are two different totally sets of different charts. They are calculated differently. So they aren't the same. You're not going to find where you're going to find a happy medium, meaning if you trade time-based charts and trade off a 5-minute chart, you're going to find something that looks exact to the 5-minute chart trading the range base. All right. So please do yourself a favor. Don't ask me that question. Why do I trade them? Because range charts are just cleaner to the eye to me. I like the way, it's my opinion, I like the way they move. I like the way they look smoother and cleaner to the eye. All right. So if we are in a bearish market, just like today, well, up until around about this time right here, now we're breaking structure back to the upside, we were bearish. So I'll only be looking for what? Movement to the downside and pullbacks to key areas of supply. Like right here, we got a push down, a pullback, and then a break lower right here, right? Okay, so if this was an area where there was a high probability zone where there was an imbalance, that I would be interested in this area here. Now, there is a supply area right here as well prior to where the market broke this area structure coming to the downside. Aggressive selling right here. But there is an area where the market broke structure within this swing right here when it broke below this low right here at, say, 19,170, 178, I believe. Yeah, 178. So this is a high probability. There's an imbalance or gap resting back at the 120s supply zone. And I'll mark that up first, okay? So that's what that blue box represents. Then all I'll do then is just go down to a lower base chart. I trade and enter off my 24 range chart. So let's just take a look at this here. If I go down to my 24 range chart, let's find that area right quick. And what time was that? That was actually at 5 something this morning, 5:45. So let's see if we can find that location right quick. Okay, here it is right here. So first, we can mark up aggressive selling, break a structure below this area here, pulling back. There's a high probability supply zone. Mark it up on your higher base to start with. Then as the market is moving lower, okay, and we're tracing back to the zone. So this was the area that, actually, let me double check right quick. Yeah, this was the area the market broke right here below, and it also came down and broke this low right here. But when it started retracing back, we have our first big box, which is the 120 range supply zone, right? The second one is our entry zone, which comes off of the 24 range chart. So all we're doing is marking up 2 supply zones, one on the higher base and then finding one that is basically on the inside of the higher base chart where we have a supply area. This is also, we have a low followed by a high, and then it comes down and breaks structure right here below these lows right here, okay? And it also broke below this low right here, breaking more structure. So this is a supply area with aggressive selling on the 24 range. So now we have a 120 range supply zone and a 24 range supply zone, which we can take our trade from. This is what the strategy is based on. Multi-chart confluence, finding confirmation where you have 2 zones to give you the confluence to look for an opportunity to go short, okay, in this case. Once you're into the trade, again, I talk about, where the stop losses go and profit targets go. If you are not a elite channel supporter, you may want to become one. The link is down in the description portion of the video, as well as the Discord link. The Discord is free. Right below that link is the elite channel member or supporter link. Make sure when you click on that link and you want to sign up or join, it's only $6.99 a month. Okay, that's all it is. Okay, very inexpensive. It's like 24 or 25 cents on a day. That's it. That's it. Okay, so if you want to join, when you click on that link, make sure to choose the second link for $6.99. That's going to give you access to all the trade breakdown videos, and there's tons of them there. Those are a series of videos. These are the trades that I've taken and I posted over on our Discord community. I go back and I break them down for our elite channel supporters, okay? So that they have access and understanding of why I took those trades in relation to market structure, okay? Profit target areas, stop losses, just walking you through the setup and what my mindset was before and why I took that trade. So you can understand and look for setups like that yourself. But you always want to make sure to be back testing things, guys, and forward tested in simulation or demo just as well before you jump ship and start going live. All right. But this is a beautiful area of supply. We got 2 means of high probability higher base chart and high probability lower base chart. That's going to give us all the confluence we need to get into a trade setup. All right. Now here's another setup right here. The market comes down. Of course, you should be able to recognize what this is. I mean, come on. We've already made a low, lower highs coming down, break, new low, pulling back, another low, breaking below more structure. So what do we have right here? That is a supply area on the higher base chart. I took a trade in this area right here today, and I'm going to be breaking that down for our elite channel supporters. So again, if you want to join, the link is down in the description portion of the video. The strategy is very simplistic. It's not complex at all, but you will need to spend some time on the charts to be able to, to be able to kind of find these setups yourself. I mean, the market's always changing, conditions are changing, so you have to know what you're looking for. Again, my first 2 years, I was winning and losing back and forth, and I struggled, okay? Because I thought I understood structure, but I really did not, okay? It took me almost into my 2-year mark before I was able to identify what I was doing wrong, and that was I was Lots of times trading counter trend to the overall movement of the market, and that's where things didn't work out for me. All right, but fortunately enough, I mean, I had only a small amount of capital to trade with, and I wasn't taking major hits, but because I was closing my trades very early on, because I had a very, very small account. But again, losing enough, meaning, taking losses over time. It was almost as if it was like a seesaw effect. I would win, I'll lose. I win, I'll lose. So I was always like breaking even or losing a little bit on a daily basis. And I just got tired of that. So I knew I was doing something incorrect. So I had to figure that out. And that's why when I went back to the drawing board, and I highly recommend this to anyone out there who's a beginner, start with a clean slate, meaning a naked chart. All right. And just look at price movement and be able to see if you can determine the structure of the market, where it's moving higher, then it shifts. I talk about that reversal pattern in lots of videos of what to look for when the market moves from a bullish market to a bearish market. So please spend some time watching those video content as well. So now it's like the market is actually reversing back to the upside after having a bearish movement to the downside. So, what do I look for to help me determine? All right, so if you see movement to where the market is just, and I'll just show you this right quick, constantly moving to the downside. Just for maybe 1 or 2 sessions, or maybe just 1 session. All right, we're making highs, higher lows. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. Highs, lows, lower highs, and breaking to the downside. But then we see what the market is, and these could be structural breaks coming to the downside. And then the market, like right here, making lows and lower highs. Then the market shifts back to the upside. We got a new high, and then it pulls back. And let's do away with this right quick. I'm gonna go back up here and grab another arrow. The market pulls back. It doesn't break this low here, but it makes a higher low, okay? A higher low. And then it comes up here, takes this high here out, but also takes out structure to the left-hand side here, this high right here, okay? So now we have shifted to the upside from a bearish back to a bullish market. So that's what we're seeing right here, okay? The market coming down, all right, as you see, okay? Pushing up, low, a high, higher low, breaking through area of structure above here, going to the upside. So we're bullish right now. But that doesn't mean that, it can stay bullish for a long period of time. It could turn around and come back down and break this lower here, and we're right back into a bearish market again, okay? But as it's making a shift to the upside, now we will be in between a major low here that is creating, and at some point wherever it stops at, it maybe pulls back, it'd be a major high right here, okay? So you have this leg now that the market could pull back to and possibly look for an opportunity to go long, okay? All right, so this strategy has been very game changing for me, and that's the reason why I stress it or talk about it so much in the video content, and I make so much relevant content surrounding it, as well as the trade breakdowns, because it's not anything that's too complex, and you don't need a bunch of indicators to be following, like waiting for X, Y, Z to cross before you take a trade. The biggest thing I'm telling you right now is you can trade strictly off of following structure and looking at price action and make money in this business. I do it each and every day. And so do people who are part of the Discord community that understand the strategy. They have found success doing it just as well. Okay. All right. So again, I just wanted to share this with you guys today. And just let you know, my first 2 years, I understand the struggle. Had I understood market structure sooner than I did, I probably wouldn't have went through a period of time where it was 2 years where I felt like I was in the dark. And yeah, it makes you want to, at some point, feel like you just want to give up or quit. But I still had something on the inside of me that was still lit, that wick that was still lit, that gave me the passion to really fuel me to want to continue forward. So I'm hoping that if you spend time watching the video content, the strategy works for you, but again, no guarantees. You're going to have to spend the time and put in the work. I will say that right now. It doesn't happen overnight. If you're looking for some means of quick success, the video content is created to help curb the edge, to kind of put you more on a fast pace or track. The strategy is very simplistic if you spend time and understanding it and watching it. For all those that are part of the elite channel supporter group, you already know that video content discussing the trade breakdowns gives even further insight or detail about the setups that, just have helped so many people out. And if you don't believe it, you don't have to hear it from me. You can ask people over on the Discord community as well about the elite channel membership or becoming part of that private community. And you can, ask, and they'll tell you that, how well it's helped them. But again, everybody has to pick and choose, what they want to use or not use. But I'm just here to share with you the way I do it each and every day. All right. I appreciate it, guys, for you guys tuning in daily, for all those that watch the video content. If you could do me the biggest favor, if you're not a current subscriber, please take the time to go ahead and sub by clicking the subscribe button. Make sure to turn your post notifications on so you don't miss any of the uploaded content or videos here on YouTube. And yeah, also make sure to click on the like button. Smack that thumbs up button for me before you click off the video. I appreciate it. Take care, and I'll see everyone in the next video.